Have you ever felt like you're trapped on a loop, replaying the same setbacks and frustrations over and over, no matter how hard you try to break free? In a moment, you'll discover the secret that ancient yogis and Buddhist masters have known for centuries. A simple shift in how you use your attention that can literally rewire your reality. Stick around, because later I'll reveal the single most powerful trick to dissolve any obstacle in your path and step into the life you were always meant to live. And by the way, if you're ready to tap into that power right now, take a second to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps more people find this message, and I've got more life-changing insights coming up. Observation. That's the key word. To observe anything requires devoted attention, and whenever you give the right kind of attention, you set in motion the manifestation of your deepest desires. Think of your attention as the conductor of an orchestra. Every thought, every feeling, every focus you choose becomes the instrument that plays the soundtrack of your life. If you're wondering why you keep attracting the same disappointments, those dead-end jobs, the toxic relationships, the stalled progress, it's because your energy is stuck in a loop. Energy must flow. When it can't, it stagnates, and we end up bumping into the same walls again and again. Where does energy get blocked? Your attention. Wherever attention goes, energy flows. Everything you fix your focus on shapes the stream of your life force, toward growth or toward conflict. But here's something most people don't realize. Attention comes in two flavors. One is polar attention, which has the dual power to attract what you focus on and repel everything else. Picture a magnet with a north and south pole, pulling in one thing while pushing away another. The other is non-polar attention, a neutral gaze that dissolves the objects of its focus, letting experiences pass through like clouds in the sky. Let's break down polar attention first. It splits into two sides, positive and negative. The universe doesn't care about your emotional tone, it only cares about the content of your thoughts. If you obsess over what you hate, you'll draw more of it into your life. If you dwell on what you love, you'll magnetize more of that good stuff. This is the crux of the matter. You are already doing this all the time, whether you realize it or not. Humans are wired for survival. From the moment you open your eyes, your brain is scanning for threats, real or imagined. Fear pulses through your veins as a built-in alarm system, alerting you to danger. But in modern life, that same mechanism can trap you in a survival mindset, latching onto every negative headline, every social media outrage, every echo of past trauma. Think about your newsfeed. Why are you bombarded with fear? Because fear sells. It hooks your attention, and as you focus on it, energy flows into the cycle of worry and resistance, dragging you deeper into the story. Anger works the same way. When you feel outraged, you're blind to nuance. Pride can be just as blinding, convincing you that your cause is righteous no matter the cost. These emotional states keep you locked in the polarity of attention. Draw in what you fear, repel what you reject. And because you resist what you fear or hate, it persists, feeding on your very attempts to avoid it. Most people attract the same types of relationships over and over because they're holding on to old wounds. Their attention alights on every sign that history will repeat itself, and lo and behold, it does. Trauma is energy that has nowhere to go. When you resist it, you nourish it. Only by shifting your attention can you sever that cycle. Enter non-polar attention. This is the neutral observer, the calm witness who looks on without judgment. It has the power to dissolve the reality it observes. Imagine you've just experienced a painful breakup. Polar negative attention traps you in a loop of, "Why did this happen to me? I'll never find anyone else." Non-polar attention simply acknowledges the event and lets it pass through, like watching a leaf float down a stream. There's no push, no pull. The leaf doesn't stick, it continues on its way. Now here's a powerful foreshadow. Later in the video, I'll share the three-step method that combines these two modes of attention into a single, unstoppable force for manifesting the life you want. But before we get there, let's deepen your understanding of how these two modes, polar and non-polar, work in practice. Imagine you face a challenge at work, a conflict with a colleague, or a project that's stalled. You have a choice. Through positive polar attention, you might tell yourself, this is an opportunity to learn new skills. I'll grow from this. That thought attracts the energy you need to navigate the challenge, opening doors to solutions you hadn't seen before. On the flip side, through negative polar attention, you might think, this is a disaster, I'm doomed, and there's no way out. That thought locks in the very obstacles you fear, reinforcing the sense of helplessness. Life doesn't care which attitude you choose, it responds to the content. If the content is growth, your path shifts toward opportunity. If it's doom, your path shifts toward more obstacles. It's almost mechanical. When you choose a narrative of empowerment, the universe matches that narrative. When you choose a narrative of defeat, the universe obliges, reflecting back what you project. But how do you free yourself from that cycle? How do you step off the hamster wheel of fear and defeat? That's where non-polar attention becomes your secret weapon. By observing events without judgment, without labeling them good or bad, you break the spell of polarity. You become the calm in the storm, the eye of the hurricane where nothing sticks. In that stillness, you regain the power to choose. At this point, if you're already feeling a shift in your perspective, tap that like button now and comment below with the word observer. Let me know you're ready to master your attention and watch how this simple act primes your mind for transformation. Sharing your intention grounds it in reality. Now, let's dive into that 3-step process I promised. Step 1 is acceptance. Acceptance isn't resignation, it's recognition of what already is. You cannot change the present, you can only acknowledge it. Picture yourself at rock bottom, feeling like you've lost everything. Acceptance means saying, yes, this has happened. I am here now. As soon as you accept fully, you stop feeding the situation with the energy of resistance. You stop shoving against reality, and suddenly you free up energy to redirect. The second step is to look for blessings in disguise. Every event is neutral in itself. You assign it meaning. Once you're in a state of acceptance, a neutral state, you can ask, how might this actually be protecting me? What positive ripple effects might emerge? Maybe missing your morning train saved you from an accident. Perhaps a failed launch frees you to pivot to a more lucrative idea. When you train your mind to seek the hidden advantage, you shift from victimhood to stewardship of your experience. Third, redirect your attention to what you truly desire. With resistance dissolved and blessings identified, you have mental clarity and emotional calm to focus intensely on your goals. Visualize the outcome as already happening. Feel it, hear it, taste it. Your polar attention then acts like a laser, drawing in events, people, and opportunities that align with that vision. Before long, you'll see evidence of your new reality unfolding because energy follows attention. Want a real-life example? A friend of mine was stuck in a dead-end job he hated. He practiced acceptance by admitting to himself, I feel trapped here, and that's okay. He looked for a hidden benefit and realized his dissatisfaction was pushing him toward his true passion, writing. Finally, he refocused on daily writing goals, visualizing his first published article. Within weeks, he landed freelance gigs that paid more than his old salary. His energy literally shifted. Notice how this 3-step method, acceptance, blessing-seeking, and refocusing, combines non-polar and polar attention into a seamless flow. First, you observe neutrally, then you tilt your attention positively. Then you harness that polarity to magnetize your next steps. It's a dance between being and doing, between seeing reality as is and sculpting reality as you wish. In a moment, I'll share a bonus tip that accelerates this process tenfold. A quick mental hack you can use anytime, anywhere to cut through resistance and spark the quantum leap. But before I do, make sure you're still here by hitting subscribe. If you found this far-reaching, share this video with someone who needs a breakthrough. Your share could be the spark that ignites their transformation. Ready for that bonus? Whenever you catch yourself in a cycle of fear or frustration, pause and ask a single question. What if this is exactly where I need to be? That tiny flip in perspective shifts you instantly into non-polar observation. From there, you naturally move into acceptance. It's like pressing a reset button on your emotional state. Use this whenever you feel stuck, and watch how quickly you regain your power. By now, you have the roadmap. Observe neutrally, accept fully, seek hidden blessings, and then focus your attention on what you want. Master these steps, and you become the architect of your destiny. Nothing can stop you. The universe is simply reflecting back whatever story you choose to tell yourself. If this video resonated, do yourself a favor and smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. You won't want to miss the deep dives we have coming on mastering attention, energy, and manifestation. Drop a comment below, sharing your own experiences with attention shifts. What's worked for you? What questions you still have? I read every comment and will respond to as many as I can. Remember, acceptance isn't giving up. It's the act of getting out of your own way so that the life you desire can flow in. When you accept the worst-case scenario, you rob it of its power. When you see the hidden blessing, you plant the seeds of growth. When you direct your attention with intention, you become unstoppable. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Now it's your turn. Practice these steps today. Notice one area where you've been resisting. Accept it. Ask, what blessing lies here? Then refocus on the outcome you truly want. Watch the magic unfold. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll explore advanced techniques for sustaining this high vibration state and embedding it into every moment of your life. Until then, keep observing, keep creating, and keep shining. Take care, and I can't wait to hear your breakthroughs.